of 2021, I know you and I are both excited about what's in store for the Dark Order in 2021. I think, tonight was an example. We got to see more losing out of the Dark Order, and it's become a theme of 2021. These guys coming up just short, right? Anna Jay, with her big opportunity against Sheeta, came up short. We were even shocked that the Good, the Bad, and the Hungee came up short last week against Matt Hardy and Private Party. So we're seeing a clear trend. I mean, we saw John Silver, Alex Reynolds. These guys have not been able to pull off a W, and unfortunately, even with the muscle of 10 out there, they still couldn't get it done tonight. We're definitely seeing a trend. Evil Uno came up short again later on this night, tonight against Dustin Rhodes, and unfortunately Dark Order came up short again against Jurassic Express. So 2020 has been a year for the Dark Order that has been one of the things I said, SPD, at the beginning of this year, this group was going in a very different direction.
Yeah.
And I will say, even though they're not getting the W's in the win-loss column, they're getting the W's with the fans, right? They're
that's
winning
for sure.
over fans like left and right. And it's so much of it is based off of their comedic timing. They genuinely seem to like working together as a team. They seem happy. And you watch BTE, you know that they're like, their energy together, their camaraderie is off the charts.
That's the Dark Order show on BTE for sure.
Oh, it's much watch, right? So, although they're not getting the W's I think right now, 2021, you and I both agree, we're going to start to see a little bit more out of them when it comes to fulfilling their potential, right?
Yeah, I hope so. And then I think we will see a turn in tide with the Dark Order for 2021. And here at Dynamite Download, we are very heavily influenced by the recruitment specialists, and we are starting our own recruitment month next month. It is January recruitment month for the Join Dark Order January. What we're going to do all month long, recruit as many Dark Order members as possible, Dark Order fans, to get this following growing, get some W's under their belt. And hopefully, I really hope we see Brody Lee come back in January, stronger than ever, better than ever, angrier than ever, and with possible new recruits that can really start tearing through the AEW roster.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that it would go a long way for the Dark Order to and the Exalted One to come back with an anger like we've never seen before. I mean, Brody's anger has been off the charts at points in the past, and it's been one of the things that we've loved. His intensity countered against the humor of a John Silver or Stu and those guys. Just that sort of that mesh of intense fire and rage with humor and laughter. I think that him coming in and really now seeing while he's been gone, his team has really not been able to hold their own as far as in the ring.
Right.
But it'll give him all the more ammunition to look at what they've done. They've been to follow with fans, been hilarious and funny, but I think that Brody's not okay with signing himself up to be a joke. And I think that the Dark Order is going to back it up in 2021. I have a feeling that this is going to be a big year for them. They've established a fan base. We here at Dynamite Download, we've come a long way with the Dark Order, and now I find myself gravitating towards what they're doing every single week. John Silver, like you and I've talked about on BTE, that group, they're hilarious. I've even said, I mean, you and I, like we talk about it, let's get into this match. The more that we see Five and Dime in the ring, the more impressed I get with those guys. I think that Alan Angels took a beating from Luchasaurus in this match. That was one of the things I want to compliment him on. It's always more fun when you get to be the one putting out the offense. But unfortunately, somebody's got to take the beating. And I know you're a big Luchasaurus fan. I thought Luchasaurus came out looking like $1 million in this match. And a lot of that was because of the beating that Alan Angels was willing to take. I mean, he was getting tossed around by Luchasaurus in this match. And when you counter Five and Dime, when you have that, like that, a willingness on Five's part to do whatever it takes. He's sort of that guy who will throw himself at the opponent to try to win. And then you got that power of 10. I thought 10 looked great in this match, and I want to see 10 versus Luchasaurus at some point. I mean, those guys,
Ten is
That is
throwing a mean spine buster, man. I mean,
two
he is starting to
athletic big
maximize
men
that.
too.
That spine buster is getting better and better each week. It is doing that move proud. Arn Anderson would be very proud of that. But we've talked about, I'm a huge Jurassic Express fan. I'm a huge Luchasaurus fan.
Yeah,
And as I was watching him in the ring, it was a very dominating performance by Jurassic Express. I loved it. I love seeing
I
the trio
agree.
back together. I'm not a huge Marco Stunt fan, but he had a great place in this match and he had some pretty high points. And to me, he's this kind of like annoying little dweeb.
Yeah,
But when he gets in the ring,
that's
he's
his
got some
character, right?
impressive moves and a lot of great teamwork. But I was thinking about this. If I could be a wrestler, I would want to be just like Luchasaurus, minus the mask, because he is a strong hoss. He's got these amazing agility. He's very agile. He can flip. He can kick. He's got the raw strength. Overall, how many big guys can super kick like that? How many big guys can do a standing backflip off the mat? How many big guys can go, do high spots? How many big guys can choke slam you through the freaking ring almost? Like
You're
not
right. I
many.
mean,
And
the only other,
he's literally
on
carrying the
this
team on his
roster, and
back.
honestly, I mean, I watch everything outside of AEW too. There aren't a lot of guys. I mean, and Luchasaurus is jacked, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that dude's big guy. The only other guy that comes to mind right away is Brian Cage. I mean, Brian
Right.
Cage certainly
True. He's got some high
is
spots.
incredible, incredible athlete. But Luchasaurus, you said it, man, dude. Like for him to have the power and some of the convincing, I mean, his
Yeah.
ability to choke slam. His choke slams are always on point, but his kicks are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is a really well balanced in ring performer. I can't argue with you on that, man. I think that the guy can do it all in the ring.
Yeah, it's impressive to watch week in and week out, and I've been wanting to see more of them. They've been off TV for a bit, but so it was great.
So
Some of the cool
does
points
this
of the
match get
match.
an elite or delete out of you on this one?
It definitely gets an elite. I loved the ripcord splash by Jungle Boy and Marco Stunt. I thought that move was like low key, like really cool. It was this awesome move, and the announcers just kind of like pass it along like another move. The match was very high energy. It didn't really give Dark Order that much, negativity. It made them look strong at some points at all, but Luchasaurus and the Jurassic Express looked extremely strong leaving this match.
Yeah,
It's definitely an elite for me.
You can leave this elite up too, man. I mean, the beginning of this show, and I'll say, like, the majority of this episode was it was hitting on all cylinders for me, and I thought this was a great pairing. SPD, like you mentioned, we haven't seen Lucha Express Jurassic Express on
Jurassic
AEW,
Park.
Jurassic Park from now on. I should just call them that because it's gonna make it. FTR. That segment afterwards was great, but I loved seeing Jurassic Express get that opportunity to kind of showcase what they're capable of. I mean, we've seen Jungle Boy in the world title tournament. He looked great. But really, this tandem has kind of gotten brushed aside. And this is one of the things that I don't want AEW to lose sight of is these established they have, like Jurassic Express, like the Lucha Brothers, like FTR. Like, there are some teams on this roster that, yes, we have a lot of young teams that we want to showcase, and we only have 2 hours. Let's not let these established stars like Jurassic Express get brushed under the rug. I thought it was a great showing for them. Dark Order did what they were supposed to do in this match. They are going to gain their steam and their momentum down the road. Obviously, we recognize they do need to get some W's sooner than later, and that's coming. We see it, but this was a great way for Jurassic Express to get a W on TV, especially as they head into a feud with the best tag team in the world.